Hi, I'm going to give a quick demonstration of how to find the exact value of a trigonometric ratio using the unit circle. So for this example, I'm going to use the angle pi over 6. The first thing that I did was I drew this angle in the unit circle, and then I filled in my x and y values as well as the hypotenuse. And the way that I did this was that I used my knowledge of special triangles. So for example, in this case I used a 30, 60, 90 triangle, which has the angles pi over 6 or 30 degrees down here. And then up here was the angle pi over 3 or 60 degrees, and of course my 90-degree angle. And I know that for this special triangle, the side lengths are 1, 2, and root 3. But then, of course, in my unit circle, the hypotenuse must be of length 1, which is not the same as in my special triangle. So what I did was I divided all the lengths of my special triangle by 2. Basically, I shrunk it. And then now the hypotenuse is 1. And then that is why I have this height here of 1/2 and the base of root 3 over 2. So to find the sine of the angle pi over 6, I used SOHCAHTOA, and I needed to find the opposite and the hypotenuse of this triangle. So if pi over 6 is down here, the opposite value is going to be the y value, which is 1/2, and the hypotenuse is always going to be 1. So I had 1/2 divided by 1, which of course is 1/2. And then to find the cosine of the angle pi over 6, I used SOHCAHTOA, which told me that I had to find the adjacent and the hypotenuse. So if this is my angle pi over 6 down here, the adjacent value is root 3 over 2, and the hypotenuse is still 1. So I had root 3 over 2 divided by 1, which just gave me root 3 over 2. Then, to find the tangent of pi over 6, I used SOHCAHTOA, and it told me to use the opposite value over the adjacent value. So I had the opposite was 1/2, and the adjacent is root 3 over 2, and then since I'm dividing by a fraction, I multiplied by the reciprocal, so I flipped root 3 over 2 upside down, and it gave me 2 over root 3, and then my 2's cancelled, and I was left with 1 over root 3. To find the cosecant of pi over 6, I remembered that cosecant is 1 over sine of that angle, so I said 1 over sine of pi over 6, and if you remember from up here, sine of pi over 6 is 1/2, so 1 divided by 1/2, I multiplied by the reciprocal of this fraction, so it ended up being 1 times 2 over 1, which of course is just 2. So to find the secant of pi over 6, I used the fact that secant is 1 over cosine of the angle. And if you remember from up here, cosine of pi over 6 is root 3 over 2. So I said 1 divided by root 3 over 2, and then I multiplied by the reciprocal. So I multiplied and flipped. So I have 1 times 2 over root 3, which of course is just 2 over root 3. Last but not least, I found the cotangent of the angle. So I used the fact that cotangent of an angle is 1 over tangent of the angle. So I used from up here the fact that tangent of pi over 6 is 1 over root 3. So that means cotangent is 1 divided by 1 over root 3. And once again, I multiplied by the reciprocal of the fraction in the denominator. So then I had 1 times root 3 over 1, which is just root 3.